Hi, I'm Michael Killen. On this show, I've invited a woman named Karen Holman. She has been working in the government of the city of Palo Alto for, I'm not sure, 9, 10, 15 years. She's sort of part of the infrastructure of this community of Palo Alto that helps it be a leader in many, many different areas. We are going to discuss the Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District. This is a large swath of maybe 63,000 acres. Every month, once or twice a month, I go up to the Santa Clara Mountains overlooking Silicon Valley, and I go hiking, and I love that place. And I love being on the mountains and being able to look all the way out and see the ocean and look the other way and see this Silicon Valley, and I don't see houses and trains and cars all over the place. And my next guest is Karen Holman, and you are running to be a board member of the Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District. Am I correct?
That's correct. Yes.
And you're no kid at working at these kind of organizations, are you? You've worked in the government of Palo Alto for how many years as a councilwoman?
9 years as councilwoman and 8 years as a planning commissioner prior to that. And also I've served as mayor.
Okay, so you're up for election, and I think this coming Tuesday, voters have to vote. Can you give me 3 reasons why the community should elect you to the board?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. I really appreciate the opportunity.
My pleasure.
And thank you for the question. So I would say maybe foremost is my already existing experience with Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District. If I'd been around when the name was being concocted, I think it would have come up with something a little shorter. But I think my experience with that organization already, in 2010, they were seeing an increase of doubling of visitors to the preserves, and they decided to create a new vision plan. So they put together a Citizens Advisory Committee, and I was honored to be serving as co-chair of that group. I've been involved in other aspects of the organization already as well, including legislative lunches and retreats and that sort of thing. So I have a good familiarity with the organization itself.
So that's one.
That's one.
One reason. And I want to say in my little life, I've been able to have this job, that job, that job, that job, a lot of jobs, you know. And I have found if I took a new job and if I didn't know the people, I didn't know the structure of the organization, if I hadn't done something with them, it was very hard to be successful in the job. I mean, there's so much to learn. So you already have accomplishments, familiarity, you know the people, you know the issues. Okay, so that's one reason people should vote for you. You have accomplishments and experiences with that organization. What's another one?
Well, you referenced it, I think, to begin with. I have actually a combined 17 years of experience serving in Palo Alto government. As I'd said, serving as mayor, city council member, planning commissioner, before that neighborhood organizations and such. And I've demonstrated, I believe, a collaborative approach to working with colleagues. We deal with many of the same issues that an organization such as Midpen does, whether it's budget management or project review, environmental analysis, especially on planning commission. I reviewed a lot of sensitive habitat issues with projects in the open space, Palo Alto's open space areas. Those are consistent, would carry over to the Midpen position.
Okay, so are you saying 2 things? You have experience working with other organizations that also now work with the Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District. So you know the organizations to an extent that they work with, and I think you're also saying you have a certain personality that enables you to collaborate and work with others to form partnerships where you need to be strong. Is that what you're saying?
More or less. I think I do have a collaborative approach, and I'm told that I have a collaborative approach. How one comes to a conclusion, one isn't always successful. Sometimes if you hang around long enough, people come around to your way of thinking, but it's collaborative, whether successful or not. And I've had certain successes, of course, but it's not always, you don't always get to win everything that you want, of course. And that's part of being collaborative. You have to be a good winner and a good loser.
Okay, that's good. And I just want to share two things. You know, I collaborate. A lot of people collaborate with me. I really could not do that when I was a young man. I always had to find a way to become in charge and to get my way. But in later life, wisdom has come into my being, and I invite other artists. I invite scientists, mathematicians, academics to come in to my studio, or I meet with them for lunch, and I try to get their ideas, and I share mine, and I get feedback, and this collaborative effort leads to ideas and directions and accomplishments I could never have thought of. So I think that's another wonderful quality you have.
Well, I think there's a lot to be learned from people that don't agree with us. So we sometimes learn less from people that we agree with than we do from people that don't agree with us. Because it's always good to look at the different aspects of things, the different perspectives.
Yeah, so somebody who disagrees with you might give you another perspective to add to your own. And in some cases, you'll go along with it, okay? And in other cases, it might encourage you to rise up and find alternatives now that may even be better than that.
I would agree with that, yes. Yeah.
All right, now, have we done 3 or 2?
We've done 2. And the third one I would say is, it's a little bit hard to limit to 3, but I would say the third one is my decades-long expressed commitment to the environment, my passion-driven engagement with the environment, and this goes back more than my 17 years serving in an official capacity, has earned me the support from not only the Sierra Club, but Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, Assemblymember Kevin Mullen, who's actually Speaker Pro Tem, the Palo Alto Weekly, the Daily Post, a long list of environmental and community leaders, and maybe most importantly, the support and trust of all 7 current Midpen board members and the recently retired Midpen General Manager Steve Abers. And I'm very honored to have the support and the confidence that they've placed in me.
You know, that's like hitting a home run with more than the bases double. I mean, you have, let's see, you have all the existing board members of the Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District.
That's correct.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I was asked some time ago to consider running to take the place of Nonette Hanko as she was thinking of stepping down. Nonette's one of the co-founders, and I was very honored that she asked me to do that. And I didn't say yes right away because, you know, life happens, as we were talking about before we started this program. Life happens, so I really didn't decide until later this year that I certainly had the passion, but I wanted to make sure that I had the energy after 17 years and public engagement before that to take it on. And it would make me very, very happy to be able to fulfill the vision plan that I helped create as a member of the Citizens Committee of the Vision Plan.
So you're Karen Holman, and you're up for election right now. And
That's correct.
People should get out before Tuesday and vote if they think they want to have you be on that board. And by the way, my wife and I already voted.
Well, thank you.
And
thank you.
We voted for you. And my decision had a lot to do with it. I have seen you around the City Hall events at Palo Alto, and you always seem to be doing, solid, nice things. And you come across, really very, very sincere. And now that I hear people like all the board members of that organization endorse you, I mean, who else would they dare vote for? I mean, Jesus. And then Anna Eshoo, who is an icon in this area and highly respected, she endorsed you. That is truly amazing. I have, I think, maybe one or two more questions. Why do you want to be on the board of the Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District?
To come up with a shorter name, no, because it's my passion. I grew up climbing trees and floating down rivers in the Midwest, and I always wanted to be out of doors, and it's just kind of in my blood. I'm very passionate about it. I can get lost looking at the bark in a tree, for instance. It's really, I'm very impressed and influenced by the majesty of our open space districts, by nature, and it would be a great honor to be able to serve the public by making that more accessible to the public. I would certainly work my hardest to make sure that its mission, that was approved, by the way, by the voters in 2014, overwhelmingly, a $300 million bond measure to help support its work and expand its work. I would work very, very hard to expand their efforts and to see that vision completed.
Well, Karen, if I could vote again, I would do it Monday or Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest has been Karen Holman, and she's running for a member of the board of the Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District. I am Michael Killen. Thank you very much.